gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Bass in your face.
What the hell is going on down there?
Bass in your face.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. Now, for the benefit of those of you who are not familiar with the channel or watching this channel for the first time, the reason why it is called Uncommon Sense because here on this platform, we discuss issues where we try to find logical solutions. But not everyone uses logic. So for that reason, it is called Uncommon Sense. I want to let everybody know that I'm currently live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. And of course, the subscriber mode has been enabled. Meaning, if you're not a subscriber and if you wish to enter a comment in the chat, you will need to subscribe to the channel. I also have another channel that's called Latina Diaspora, where I talk about issues regarding Latinos residing in the United States. In the description, there is a link to which will lead you to that channel. As always, I want to give a huge shout out to all those who have already subscribed to the channel, whether you've been a supporter from the very beginning or just recently joined. I really appreciate your continued support. I also want to give a huge shout out to all those who follow me on social media, as well as those who allow me to enter into your devices, and those who watch from the clouds, even the haters. So what I'm going to ask you to do is the following. I'm going to ask you to subscribe, like, and set the bell notification to on. So therefore, whenever I do produce content, you will have the opportunity to catch it live or catch it on a playback. So tonight we're going to be talking about what is the friend zone. It's something we have heard a lot and we will discuss it. But before we do, I'm going to have another episode of In My Words. I'm going to start tonight discussing the World Series, okay? So this year it's going to be my beloved New York Yankees versus the Los Angeles Dodgers, okay? As far as, of course, I'm not going to lie. I am partial. I'm going to be biased towards the Yankees. I think the Yankees are going to do well in the World Series. I believe that the Yankees will win it in 6. Now, of course, the Dodgers are a great team. They defeated a very capable New York Mets team, and I'm sure this is going to be an interesting World Series. And of course, under the current playoff system, basically there are 3 levels of playoffs. There's the wild card playoff, the divisional round, and then the league championship series before you get to the World Series. So the fact of the matter is, the fact that you get past all 3 levels to get to the World Series speaks very well regarding the team. And of course, we all hate to have a winner and a loser, but that's how life is. So no offense to any supporters who are Dodger fans, but I think it's going to be the Yankees in six. Well, I could be wrong, okay? Because I actually thought that it was going to be the Dodgers against the Mets in seven. Because I do, the Mets, they had a much stronger second half, but that's how life is. And of course, another thing we have to bear in mind is that the election is 2 weeks away. Yes, this is something that it doesn't, it seems like it's never going to end. We're hitting constant stories regarding both Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, and hearing the exploits regarding some of the things that Donald Trump has done, particularly his stunt of serving fries at a McDonald's in Pennsylvania. Okay. And this is all due to the fact that Donald Trump is trying to refute the claim that Kamala Harris never worked a day in her life at McDonald's. Okay. To be perfectly honest, I don't care either way. Okay. Whether she did or she did not. Okay. And the fact that Donald Trump did a little bit of work serving fries at McDonald's. I mean, it's interesting to some. To me, it's just anything to try to get some notoriety. So, and of course, we do believe. Oh, correction. I do believe it's going to be a very close election. Okay. And history can be made. And actually, history will be made in either one or two ways. Should Donald Trump do become successful and get elected, he will be the first candidate to be convicted of any crimes to become elected. Okay. One thing we have to bear in mind is that the criteria to run for president is basically you have to be at least 35 years old. You must be a naturalized citizen and have been a resident of the United States for 14 years. There's nothing in the Constitution that says that a person cannot run for the White House if they were convicted of any criminal activity. I never thought, live to see the day. Well, that's what it is. Now, the other way it could be history made is obviously that Kamala Harris will become the first lady to become president of the United States. And of course, she will become the first mixed lady to be president. Now, I know people have their own views regarding who's better and who's what not. And there's people who are not crazy about either one of the two candidates. Your options are the following: not vote for a third party candidate, right? Vote for yourself, or vote for either Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. The main thing, next thing they should do is make sure that you vote, because not only for who's going to occupy 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, we have to consider who's going to represent us in the House. There are many Senate seats, and there are other positions where people are going to strive to serve us. Now, of course, the final thing I want to talk about before we get into the main subject is this. I'm not trying to be controversial, okay? But for the last few years, I made a decision not to observe Halloween. Okay. And there's multiple reasons about that. In fact, I will be doing a stream regarding why I choose not to observe Halloween. A lot of it has to do with um, how I've used certain elements of Halloween. It does not mean that I'm making a judgment towards anyone who chooses to observe Halloween. It's just that it is my choice not to observe. And this is the beauty part of this country, that we have the right to observe those holidays or not to observe those holidays, just like we have the right to practice whatever religious values or practice no religious values. Okay. And that is something that we all need to be mindful for. And that what makes this country great is that there is diversity. Okay. That what makes this country great. And it shouldn't be something that we fear. It's not something you know, we should belittle. But the fact that everyone has the right to practice whatever beliefs as long as they don't impose their views on others. So, in any case, before I forget, let me just state for the record that the link to join the panel has been pinned. Should anyone at any time wishes to hit the link and express their viewpoint regarding the subject in hand, they can do so. As always, if I've never seen you before or I've never heard from you before, I will insist that you come up in the backstage to make sure that you do not flash anything which would cause the people of YouTube to take down the stream. Okay. And yes, there are actually people who actually will try to do that crap. Well, so with that being said, we're going to get into the main topic. So, as I stated before, the topic for tonight is what is the friend zone? Okay. It's a term that we have heard a great deal. Okay. Now, basically, what is the friend zone? The friend zone is a situation where one person, usually the male, um, is interested in someone of the opposite sex, or it could be same sex. But in this case, I'm just going to talk about the opposite sex for a romantic, meaningful relationship. However, the female or the other person of which the person wishes to pursue a relationship does not feel the same way. Okay. So what happens is in their attempt to try to win that person over, they will do several things and they'll allow themselves to being in a situation where they're placed in the friend zone. In other words, um, it may be a lady who knows that someone that's interested in them, but that lady does not return her affection or feelings of romantic feelings with the guy, and then will like give the impression um, that it's a possibility that might be romantic when it doesn't occur. This is something that has occurred. It happens. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just give me a moment. And it says, so what I'm going to do is share my screen. Just give me a moment. So of course, here on this platform, I like to give clear definitions as far as what is the subject in question. Okay, so in this case, I went to Wikipedia. Okay, and I'm going to share to you what it is. In popular culture, the friend zone or friend zone is a relational concept describing a situation in which one person in a mutual friendship wishes to enter into a romantic or sexual relationship with the other person while the other person does not. The person whose romantic advances were rejected is said to have been entered or have been put in the friend zone with the sense that they're stuck there. The friend zone has a strong presence on the internet. For example, on Facebook, dating sites, and other social media platforms. However, over time, the term has expanded into middle schools, high school, and colleges where young people are discovering their identities when it comes to dating and romance. So that is the actual definition of what is the friend zone. Okay, so now we're going to go into the terminology. The term friend zone can be verbalized as in the sentence, so she friend zoned you. It is described as a situation in which a friendship exists between two people, one who has an unreciprocated romantic or sexual interest in the other. Although the term is apparently gender neutral, the friend zone is often used to describe situation of a male-female relationship in which the male is the friend is the friend zone, and the female is the object of the unrequited desire, or vice versa, where the female is being friend zoned by the male, although less common. The person who does the friend zoning is referred to as the friend zoner, whereas the person who gets friend zoned is called the friend zonee. Okay, so that kind of gives you more of a clear definition. It can happen, females can be put in the friend zone, while it's more often males are entered there. Now, there is some criticism in regards to the term. Feminist writers such as Viva Dasgupta and Amanda McCarthy has argued that the friend zone concept is misogynistic. Dasgupta sees the friend zone as being rooted in male narcissism. The nice guy concept has been criticized as a gender trope with an underlying message that that kind of acts demands a sexual or romantic reward. Thus, Gupta and McCarthy says that the concept implies that the woman and a man have a platonic friendship, and the man becomes romantically attracted to the woman, and the woman has an obligation to return his affection. The woman who does not return her nice guy male friend's affection is viewed negatively or seen as at fault. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to park it here. Okay. Okay.
Risk may be
Excuse me.
stopping you from becoming more than friends. 6. You have too much history together.
Okay. Sorry about that. Good evening, Donna Mondo. Okay. Thank you for stopping by. Now, let me just state for the record that Donna Mondo has his YouTube channel, so I'm going to ask that you show some love to him and subscribe to his channel. Okay. Now, as we can see here, while the member well, a female can enter the friend zone. It's more common males are enter into the friend zone. Okay, and part of the problem is this: is the perception that if the guy is continuing to be nice, going out of his way, and things of that nature towards someone who is the center of his affection, that she will reciprocate. What happens is many times it does not. And basically, what the female who knows about it will take advantage um, of the guy by asking him to do favors. A lot of times they'll use the guy for his resources and things of that nature. A lot of the times they will ask for advice about romance, but usually regarding someone else. Okay. Now, of course, there is a saying that nice guys finish last. Um, One thing we have to be mindful: it does not mean it's a license for a guy to act like a prick. However, we need to have a level of self-respect and high self-esteem to realize when the person that we wish to pursue, whether or not they feel the same way towards us, or they're just using the dude for resources, favors, um, or basically, in the case of some women, they maintain a roster. So in case things between a dude does not work well, there's always another person to consider. Okay, so that is, and of course, there's certain things you can do to avoid being placed in the friend zone. Okay, first of all, um, you need to be able to see for yourself, and sometimes it can be easier said than done, whether a female is actually interested in you or not. So what we're going to do is, okay, let's give me a moment. Another article. Just bear with me. So now I'm going to share my screen. I'm probably not going to last a long time, maybe an hour, particularly if no one else hits the platform. So I came across this website. Actually, I came across it today. And the name of the article is The Myth of the Friend Zone. Let's see what the article says. It's the plot line of so many movies and TV shows seemingly dreaded by all who date, the friend zone. When someone says they're in the friend zone, they usually means they want to have a more intimate, romantic, and or sexual relationship with a person who consider them just to be just friends. But we're here to tell you something that might blow your mind. The friend zone is a myth. Let's see why. Crazy, right? But we'll give you a few minutes to let it sink in. We know that it definitely sucks to have feelings for someone who doesn't feel the same way about you. It's okay to feel disappointed or hurt by that. But the reason we call the friend zone a myth because there is really no zone that you could be put into by someone else. Everyone has the right to decide who they do and do not want to date or be intimate with. True. If someone says they're in the friend zone, they're usually implying that they feel entitled to another person's affection as payback for the emotional investment and time being spent with their friend. They might be thinking, I have been such a good friend to you, you should be my girlfriend, boyfriend, or maybe, or I'm really nice to them. I want, they'll eventually want to be my girlfriend, boyfriend. The truth is, no one is obligated to be interested in anyone else for any reason. Facts. Just because you have feelings for someone, you're not owed their affections, and vice versa. If you express your interest in dating someone and they made it clear that they don't wish to date you, the healthy response is to respect their decision. Attempting to manipulate them into changing their mind or feelings or acting like a friend isn't healthy. Being a true friend to someone means loving and respecting who they are and what they do or do not want. Even that means that you don't get everything you want from them. Again, it's understandable that you feel hurt by the situation. While you're working through your feelings, you might want to take an opportunity to step back from this person for a little while. If you feel comfortable doing so, you might tell other person something like, I understand that you don't feel the same way about me. I just need a little time to myself right now. Focus on the stuff you would like to do, fun activities, hobbies, or being around different people. In time, you might discover you're happy being friends with that person and can continue to grow a healthy friendship with them, or maybe you decide it feels better to move on. That's definitely your choice. And we're going to park this here. Now, actually, the article does bring in some interesting points. First of all, the person is not obligated. As much it might sting, the person that you are wish to pursue a romantic or a sexual relationship is not obligated to reciprocate the feelings that you share with that person. Okay, it sucks, it hurts, particularly if you have a strong romantic or feeling towards that person. Now, the way you should see it is this way: if the female that you wish to have a romantic relationship is honest enough and tells you that they don't see you in that light, the mature and sometimes painful reality is you just need to accept it and move on. By trying to control the other person to be in a romantic relationship or to return romantic feeling towards you, what you're doing is you're making uncomfortable situation even worse. Or what you can do is, depending how she might perceive it, you might risk either damaging the friendship or ending the friendship. And for what? Over a person that was honest enough to tell you that they don't look at you in the same light. Does it hurt at times? Yes. Many of us have been in the friend zone. Okay. Some of us may not admit it, but that is the case. There have been times where um, I had developed romantic feelings towards someone of the opposite sex, only to realize that that person does not share those same views about me. And of course, it could be disappointing, but I have to move on. Okay. And that's when you are facing that situation where the female or lady that you're interested in is not interested in you, just move on. Okay. Now I've seen here in these YouTube streets where certain males have reacted, harshly towards women who did not return their romantic feelings. Okay, and of course, they have been called all sorts of names, everything but by the child of God. Okay. Unfortunately, what happens is you have certain individuals, you have certain guys that are not able to take no for an answer. And then what they'll do is to try to control and shame these women into entering into romantic relationship with them. What you're doing is, first of all, it's not love, okay? It's um, it's an addiction. It's an obsession, and we have seen in some cases where certain dudes who've been rejected by women, okay, they'll do some crazy things, including extreme cases, harming these ladies or killing these ladies because they could not deal with the fact that they could not deal with the rejection. Okay, rejection is a part of life. We all have to face rejection at different times. However, it's how we deal with it that determines who we are. Okay. So now, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share one more. Okay, I'm going to share a video. Okay. And basically, what I'm going to do is this is going to be discussing um, 8 things that occur when you are in the friend zone. Now, before that, what I'm going to do is, of course, let me just state that the following video, which I'm going to share, is going to be shared under fair use for the purposes of giving my critique. Okay. Um, so let me just share my screen. So actually, it's a YouTube channel called Psych to Go. Okay. It's not a long video. It's only about 4 minutes long. So what I'm going to do is, and again, under fair use. So let us proceed.
Hey Psych2Go fam, welcome back to another video. Have you ever fallen victim to the friend zone? Do you find yourself there a lot? Being in the friend zone means that there's an emotional mismatch between two people. One of them sees the other as a friend, but the other wants to be more. Here are 8 reasons why you're always in the friend zone. Number 1, they're oblivious to your feelings. Do you like this person but feel shy about your feelings? Do you find yourself constantly avoiding anything that might come off as more than friendly? For example, You'd never compliment or flirt with them. You're so careful around them that they might not even notice that you're attracted to them. 2. You waited too long to make a move.
Now, this is the mistake that people make. They don't make their intentions known to the person that they wish to pursue a romantic or a sexual relationship. Okay. And of course, part of the fear is the fear of rejection. Okay. There's always a possibility that you may be rejected, or there might be the possibility that maybe she might feel the same way towards you. However, by not revealing and being honest of how you feel, um, you give the impression that you don't want to change the status quo and maintaining a platonic relationship. So the first thing is be honest and be prepared to either um, accept the rejection or accept the fact that the person who she had wished to pursue may be interested. So now we will continue with reason number 2. And again, this is under fair use.
Were you attracted to them when you first met them, but didn't want to act on it just yet? You played it safe to see if you were compatible, but now you realize you've waited too long. They no longer see you as anything but a friend. When you don't that you're attracted anymore. Here are 8 reasons. Careful around them that they might not even notice that you're attracted to them. 2. You waited too long to make a move. Were you attracted to them when you first met them, but didn't want to act on it just yet? You played it safe to see if you were compatible, but now you realize you've waited too long. They no longer see you as anything but a friend. When you don't make your intentions clear from the start, you run the risk of missing your chance for a romantic relationship. In other words, you gotta shoot your shot. 3. You don't seem like you're making an...
See, this is something that we all need to do. Okay. You need to let your intentions known. Okay. And again, there is the possibility that she may not reciprocate her, your romantic desire. However, at the same time, there's a possibility that she might. But by not making your intentions known, you can miss out on an opportunity. And remember, depending on the lady, there may be other individuals that might be interested in her as well. So be honest and let your intention be known in a respectable way. And now we're going to go to number 3. Again, on the phase.
That you're attracted to them. 2. You waited too long to make a move. Were you attracted? You played it safe to see if you were compatible, but now you realize you've waited too long. They no longer see you as anything but a friend. When you don't make your intentions clear from the start, you run the risk of missing your chance for a romantic relationship. In other words, you gotta shoot your shot. 3. You don't seem like you're making an effort. Do you hide your feelings by treating them like any other friend? If you don't try to look nice to them, pay them any special attention, or try to spend time with them, then you're unwittingly walking yourself into the friend zone. Even if they are interested in you, your lack of effort may show them that you don't see them as anything but a friend. 4. You never defined your boundary.
Okay, now number 3, okay, this is the thing. There's certain things that you need to do. You need to put your best foot forward, which is, first of all, you be mindful of your appearance, okay? Also, express a desire by trying to actually spend time with the person in question, okay? By not doing that, basically you can come across as being indifferent or cold. And if the lady that did have somewhat of an interest, they might be turned off because you appear to be distant or cold. So now we're going to go to reason number 4, okay, which is a big reason, which is the inability to define your boundaries. And again, we will continue under fair use.
In other words, you gotta shoot your shot. You're unwittingly walking.
Okay, excuse me.
In other words, you got or try to spend time with them, then you're unwittingly walking yourself into the friend zone. Even if they are interested in you, your lack of effort may show them that you don't see them as anything but a friend. 4. You never defined your boundaries. Do you encourage your friend, whom you like, to go after someone else? Did you give them another guy or girl's number? While you might think you're just being a good friend, you're also sabotaging your own chances with them. By failing to define your boundaries, you fail to tell them that you want to be more than just friends. 5. You're afraid of jeopardizing the friendship.
Now, this is a mistake that many of us have made, okay? And I tend to be perceived as a friend. Well, I recommend someone else. If you are interested in someone, let the person know and make it perfect. Make your intentions clear, okay? And you don't have to set boundaries, okay? And of course, she's going to have certain boundaries as well. And if for some reason the lady that you wish to pursue something does not reciprocate in her wanting to have a romantic relationship with you, you have to need to respect that boundary and just keep it moving. And of course, some of us might be concerned about jeopardizing the friendship. It's something that is understandable, but the thing is, friendships are based in honesty and being transparent. If you're not willing to be transparent, you're not much of a friend. So now we will continue with reason number 5. And again, this is under fair use.
Do you have feelings for each other, but fear it'll ruin your friendship? Both of you may feel that it's too risky to go for a romantic relationship, since it might not work out. After all, a good friend is very different from a partner, and it can be awkward transitioning from one to the other. This risk may be stopping you from becoming more than friends. 6. You have too much history together.
See, and again, if you're okay, one thing that's very important is honesty. Okay, and that's very important. Whether you wish to maintain a platonic relationship or a romantic relationship, and when it comes to romantic relationship, it's even more of a reason to be honest. Okay, because you don't want to create a false impression and create false expectations. So now we're going to go to reason number 6. And again, this is under fair use, which I'm giving my critique regarding the video. Let us continue. Excuse me.
Can be complicated and messy. It's hard enough.
Okay,
Love with
sorry.
your best friend can be, in other words, becoming more than friends. 6. You have too much history together. Have you ever fallen in love with your best friend? Falling in love with your best friend can be complicated and messy. It's hard enough liking someone who only sees you as a friend, but it's even harder when you have years worth of shared history together. They might feel like you're too close to ever be romantically involved, or that you're more like a sibling than a love interest to them. Number 7. You're too scared to tell them.
Good evening, Irby. Thank you very much for stopping by. So the topic for tonight is what is the friend zone? So what I'm doing is showing a short video regarding 8 common reasons why people enter into friend zone. And again, this is under fair use, which I'm giving my critique regarding the video. Let us continue.
6. You have too much history together. Have you ever fallen in love with your best friend? Falling in love with your best friend can be complicated and messy. It's hard enough liking someone who only sees you as a friend, but it's even harder when you have years worth of shared history together. They might feel like you're too close to ever be romantically involved, or that you're more like a sibling than a love interest to them. Number 8. You're too scared to tell them.
the friend zone. Of course, one issue is you have history as far as friends. Now, I have had the situation where I had developed emotional and romantic feelings towards people, ladies who were friends of mine. And I had made my intentions known, and of course, it did not work out. And it could be very painful and very embarrassing that you put yourself out there. But the thing is, you need to be honest, okay? And if she does not share her any romantic interest with you, just need to be honest and keep it going. So now we're going to go to number 7, which is you're too scared to tell them. Okay. And again, when she say you're just a friend singing, you know. Okay. So now we will continue on the failures. Sorry.
Even harder when you have years worth of shared history together. They might feel like you're too close to ever be romantically involved, or that you're more like a sibling than a love interest to them. Number 7, you're too scared to tell them. Are you too scared to confess how you really feel? If they have no idea that you want to take things from platonic to romantic, then it's up to you to make the first move. It can be hard to gather the courage to ask them out. You may feel afraid of being rejected or worried they don't feel the same way. But until you take that chance, you're never going to find out. 8, the attraction.
Okay. And again, I hate to sound like a broken record, but you need to be honest with the lady that you wish to pursue a romantic relationship. You need to be honest, okay? And again, there is one or two possibilities. Possibility number 1, she may not feel the same way towards you, and she will say she's not interested. And depending how the lady puts it, it can really sting, particularly if she reacts in a negative way. The other thing is she might accept it, and then perhaps you can proceed um, in a romantic relationship. The bottom line, you need to be honest with the lady that you wish to pursue. Okay. So now we're going to go to the final reason why people are placed in the friend zone, which is the attraction may not be immediate or mutual. And again, we look this. This is under fair use. Okay. So let us continue.
Other wants to be more. Are you too scared to confess how you really feel? If they have no, they don't feel the same way. But until you take that chance, you're never going to find out. 8, the attraction might not be immediate. Were they attracted to you the moment you met? Maybe you didn't make a strong first impression, or you're not their type. But over time, you could win them over with your charm and kindness. People can fall in love without realizing it themselves. Just because they don't return your feelings right away doesn't mean you're doomed to be in the friend zone forever. Have you ever found yourself stuck in the friend zone? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with those who might benefit from it. The references and studies used in this video are added in the description below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.
So, first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to subscribe to the channel itself. Okay. And now I'm going to start sharing. So the reason why I shared this video, to help us to give a clear understanding of what is being in the friend zone and certain mistakes that we have all made, which in turn will put in a way we put ourselves in the friend zone. Okay. Of course, there are women that know that there are certain dudes that are interested in them, of which they don't feel the same way. However, they will create the illusion that there's a possibility that there may be a romantic relationship. Okay, while at the same time using these dudes, either they get their resources, they get their time, get their talent, things of that nature. So, what is the takeaway regarding the whole thing? First of all, be honest. Make your intentions known. Okay, with the person that you wish to pursue a romantic relationship. Number two, shoot your shot. Okay, there's a possibility that she might reject you, or there's a possibility she may accept you. Okay, and be mindful. You know, a certain there is a fear of rejection. That's something that's there, and there's also a fear of damaging the friendship. Okay, this is the way I look at it. First of all, um, if it's a healthy relationship, healthy friendship, maybe healthy friendship, there's going to be moments where there's going to be times of disappointment. There's going to be times when we have disagreements. Okay. However, a true friendship, um, they will be able to resolve whatever differences and thus maintain a friendship. If if the person is not willing to resolve those differences, they're not true friends to begin with. Okay. And of course, it must bear in mind that maybe, and I say maybe, she may not immediately reciprocate. Okay. One thing we have to understand is that people are able to change their minds. Okay. And if there's any ladies in the audience, perhaps um, you would like to opine, if possible, okay, regarding some of your points regarding the friend zone and what people have done. Okay, sometimes we put ourselves in the friend zone. Uh, the fear of rejection or the fear of um, damaging the friendship or ruining the friendship or things of that nature. And again, let me state and let me make this perfectly clear. Okay. In every friendship, there's going to be up and down. There's going to be good moments. There's going to be bad moments. However, those true friendships, they're going to value you as a friend, and they'll be able to resolve whatever issues that might have caused. And again, if they don't, then were they really your friend to begin with? Okay. And look, many of us, and I can speak for many of us, has been in the friend zone, sometimes because of our own lack of initiative, or not being honest, or not setting up reasonable boundaries. And other times we'll be in the friend zone because The lady who we are pursuing will give the illusion that there's a possibility where it can lead to something romantic. Well, she has no interest whatsoever. So, with that being said, I have been talking for almost an hour. Okay. Should anyone wishes to hit the link and express their point of view regarding the topic, they're more than welcome to do so. If anyone wishes to add any further comments, they can do so as well. If no one wishes to hit the panel and no one wishes to add any further commentary, I will start to wrap this up. Okay. This would have this you know what this would have been a great topic if any of the ladies did hit the chat or hit the panel um, to share some of their experiences. There might have been certain people where okay, no problem. But you know what? It would have been nice um, if any of the ladies would hit the link. But it is what it is. Okay. And we have seen, yeah, and let's keep it real. We have seen certain dudes that did not react very well whenever the lady that they are pursuing does not reciprocate, and we've seen them call them nasty names. We've seen them call the ladies anything, everything but a child of God, and sometimes they've been nasty. They call them, you know, unflattering names, and in some severe cases, sometimes um, it could be violent. Okay, why? Because unfortunately, you have certain individuals who their egos have been bruised because of the fact that the person that they are pursuing does not reciprocate. Okay. And again, we have to accept the fact that there is the possibility of rejection. There's also the possibility that maybe a lady might be interested. Nevertheless, the best thing for you to do for a guy, if there's someone that they're interested in, is to first make their intentions known, okay, and shoot your shot, which means, um, express an interest, okay, but be mindful of what you say because sometimes um, there are dudes that can try to shoot their shot and they do a poor job because they come across as being too creepy or they come up being too cringy or come up as being too nerdy or what have you. Okay. And if a lady tells you that they're not interested in you, um, just respect their honesty and just keep it going. Okay. And there's always a possibility that she might change her mind. And there's always a possibility that she may not. Okay. But you heard the old cliche. There's plenty of fish in the sea. Okay. Um, what meaning? Okay. Well, there might be one female where she does not reciprocate your desire for a romantic relationship, there are other ladies who will. Okay. Now, you can also look at the rejection as a teachable lesson. Okay. And the time, as a time to reflect and to see um, what you're doing wrong. Okay. It could be maybe it's your approach. It could be maybe the way that you speak. It could be your personal appearance. Okay. Um, you'll be surprised that if you're, you know, if you're properly groomed, your hair nice and combed, your clothes are nicely ironed, things of that nature, that can go quite a way as far as creating um, a desire on the opposite sex to have something with you. It's not a guarantee because look, you can have the most polished approach, you can have the best appearance outward, okay. But if the lady is not attracted to you or not interested in you, there's nothing you can do. And again, it stings at times. And believe me, I've gone through my day where there have been several ladies which I wanted to pursue a romantic relationship where she did not reciprocate. Okay. So with that being said, let me just discuss with you what's going to be the topic for tomorrow's stream. Okay, which will be on my other channel. I will be discussing how Latinos view disability. Okay, and it could be a difficult topic when it comes to dealing with the disabled. I mean, first of all, because we don't know a lot about them. We don't know. Okay, we don't know how to interact with the disabled. We don't know, and sometimes we can make some foolish mistakes. Not out of not for being cruel. It's just it's other ignorance. So we will have a discussion on how we as Latinos view people who are disabled. I will be doing a stream. Okay, the next time that I'll be doing a stream on this channel will be Thursday. I don't know if I'm going to do a stream um, this Saturday because let's keep it real. Saturday, people go out and sometimes there are other YouTube creators which produce content. So I'm gonna stop to wrap this up. And what is my take? Okay. Um, being in the friend zone, it's something that we all have experienced. Some of it's due by our inability to be honest with the person that we want to pursue. Um, also, not setting boundaries regarding with the opposite sex, and sometimes we do not always, we don't always shoot our shot, and this causes there's always the fear that we can lose that person as a friend. Okay, and again, let me make this perfectly clear: if they're a true friend, um, you're not going to lose it. I mean, it might make uh, a, a situation a little bit uncomfortable, but they will understand. And if you lose a friendship over the fact that you express a romantic feeling, I will submit to you they were not really your friend to begin with. So of course, of course, the playback gang is more than welcome to leave your comments. Um, just make sure that they are respectable, because comments who are not respectable are going to be deleted. And of course, I'm going to ask if you have not done so, please consider subscribing to this channel. I'm trying to see if I can reach 500 subs before the end of the year. I think it's possible. So what I'm going to ask you to do is please spread the word regarding the channel, okay? And here we encourage everyone to express their point of view. This is not an echo chamber here. Everyone is allowed to express their point of view as they see fit. Okay. So with that being said, there's a topic that I might do. I might do a reaction video. I saw this video. Now I don't know whether this is a skit or this is a real thing. That this is a married couple where a woman, for whatever reason, has an extramarital affair, and apparently she did not use let the God protection, and what happened was she got pregnant, and then instead of taking accountability for her infidelity, trying to solve the deal with the idea that it's a good thing that she's pregnant by someone else and that they can raise the child together. I don't know about you, but I have a lot of issues with that. First of all, because look, when you are married, you're supposed to reserve yourself over to your spouse and your spouse only. Okay? When you violate that vow, what you're doing is you're creating a great deal of mistrust. Okay? And sometimes there are certain marriages cannot be saved because of infidelity. And then they lie to the fact that, oh, we can raise the child together, even though I got pregnant by someone else. No. And of course, a huge shout out to to the 10 people that are watching the stream. So just to wrap this up, the topic was, what is the friend zone? Okay. So I was just illustrating what some of the things that people do to get into the friend zone. Okay. And again, part of it has to do with the fact that you didn't make your intentions clear regarding the person of the opposite sex. You did not shoot your shot, which meaning make your intentions known. The fear of losing that friend, and also the fact that there's a lot of history involved. Okay. And of course, at times you can be too cautious for fear of losing a friendship, that you don't make your intentions known. So hopefully this has been some sort of a teaching lesson, and I do appreciate all those who watch, even those who watch from the clouds, including the haters, because what the haters do, in essence, provide me with free press. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap this up by saying the same thing I usually do is, We must do everything possible to avoid the presence of the mentally and intellectually challenged, because if we fail to do so, we will be infected by their stupidity and massive insanity. This has been another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron saying good night, take care, and peace.